To assembled devotees.
Hare
All glories to assembled devotees.
Hare Krishna.
All glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Hari Hari Bol. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
So, Hare Krishna. Today we are reading Canto 1, Chapter 18, text number 35 and 36. So, I will recite 35 3 times and then you may recite. Krishne gate bhagavati shastri utpatgaminam tadabhinna setuna adhyaham shasmi paschatame balam. Krishne gate bhagavati shastri utpatgaminam tadabhinna setuna adhyaham shasmi paschatame balam. Krishne gati bhagavati shastri utpatgaminam tadabhinna setuna adhyaham shasmi paschatame balam. Please recite.
Krishne gate bhagavati shastri utpatagaminam tadbhinna setum adhyaham sashmi pashyatame bhalam.
Krishne gate bhagavate shastrayutpatagaminam tadbhinna setun adhyaham shashmi pashyatame balam.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Krishna gate bhagavati shastari utpata gaminam tadbhinna setun adhyaham shashmi pashtayame balam.
Krishne gate bhagavati shastari utpatha gaminam tadbhinno setum adhyayam shashmi pashyata me balam. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Krishna gate bhagavati shastariya utpatgaminam tadbhinna setuna hatyaham shashmi pashyata me balam. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Anyone else would like to say? Okay, then I'll say Krishne gate bhagavati shastrarya utpatgaminam tadbhinna setun adhyaham shashmi pashyatame balam. Synonyms: Krishna, Lord Krishna; gate, having departed from this world; Bhagavati, the personality of Godhead; Shastrari, the supreme ruler; Utpatgaminam, of those who are upstarts; Tat Bhinna, being separated; Setun, the protector; Adya, today; Aham, myself; Shashmi, shall punish; Pashyata, just see; me, my; Balam, prowess. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Abhay Charanand Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. After the departure of Lord Shri Krishna, the personality of Godhead and supreme ruler of everyone, these upstarts have flourished, our protector being gone. Therefore, I myself shall take up this matter and punish them. Just witness my power. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. The inexperienced Brahmana, puffed up by a little Brahma Tejas, became influenced by the spell of Kali Yuga. Maharaj Parikshit gave license to Kali to live in 4 places as mentioned herein before. But by his very expert government, the personality of Kali could hardly find the places allotted him. The personality of Kali Yuga, therefore, was seeking the opportunity to establish authority, and by the grace of the Lord, he found a hole in the puffed up, inexperienced son of a Brahmana. The little Brahmana wanted to show his prowess in destruction, and he had audacity to punish such a great king as Maharaj Parikshit. He wanted to take the place of Lord Krishna after his departure. These are principal signs of upstarts who want to take the place of Sri Krishna under the influence of the age of Kali. An upstart with a little power wants to become an incarnation of the Lord. There are many false incarnations after the departure of Lord Krishna from the face of the globe, and they are misleading the innocent public by accepting spiritual obedience of the general mass of people to maintain false prestige. In other words, the personality of Kali got the opportunity to reign through this son of a Brahmana, Sharangi. So I'll read the next verse also, and then we'll discuss together. Iti yuktva rosha tamaksho vayasyan rishi balaka kaushya ap usprashya vag vajram visasrajaha. Synonyms. Iti, thus, uktava, saying, rosha tamar akshaha, with red hot eyes due to being angry. Vyasyan, unto the playmates. Rishi Balakaha, the son of Rishi. Kaushiki, the river Kaushika. Apaha, water. Upasprashya, by touching. Vak, the words. Vajram, thunderbolt. Vis Sarjaha, through. Ha, in the past. Translation by Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Translation: the son of the Rishi, his eyes red hot with anger, touched the water of river Kaushika while speaking to his playmates and discharged the following thunderbolt of words. Purport: the circumstances under which Maharaj Parikshit was cursed were simply childish, as it appears from this verse. Sharangi was showing his impudency amongst his playmates who were innocent. Any sane man would have prevented him from doing such great harm to all human society. By killing a king like Maharaj Parikshit just to make a show of acquired Brahmanical power, the inexperienced son of Brahmana committed a great mistake. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namne Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Prachane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshtrane Om Ajnanati Mirdasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshu Unmitamena Tasmai Shri Gurve Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaham Dadati Swapadandigam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padkapam Shri Gurun Vaishnamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahegana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajim Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanyam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Saheganita Shri Vishakha Hanvitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deen Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastate Tapta Kanchan Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishmahanustate Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpataruhasya Kripa Sindhu Bevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Thank you all for joining. So today this verse we are covering this chapter 18 from the Canto First and text of 35 and 36. So this is a continuation of where Maharaj Parikshit got cursed by this Brahmana named Shangi. So this verse 35 and 36 describe that how Shrangi became so angry on Maharaj Parikshit, so that he cursed him with a very, very severe verse, severe curse. So just before this verse, if I'll recap, so Maharaj Parikshit, when he was in the forest, and in the forest he was become very hungry and thirsty by the will of the Lord, and he became so thirsty that he was looking for water, and it was very hot in the forest, and ultimately he reached to the hermitage of Samik Rishi, where he was in the trance. He was meditating, and he was in the trance, and he was not externally conscious. So, and Maharaj Parikshit was very tired and hungry and thirsty. So in that very weak condition, on top of his voice, he asked for water. But because the sage Samik Rishi, he was in trance, he could not hear. It's not that he was intentionally doing that, but he did not hear properly because he was not externally conscious. So he did not respond. And because of that, Maharaj Parikshit called few times, but there was no response. So at that time, Maharaj Parikshit thought, this sage is basically intentionally ignoring me. And that idea came in his mind, and that was become the cause of his little anger that he was showed on the sage. So he became little dissatisfied and angry with this sage, that I came to his house as a guest, as a atithi, and he's not following the etiquette. Instead of giving me seat or some other things, he's not even giving me a little water, and not even saying hi, hello, whatever. So he thought, let me give him a little punishment. So while coming out from the cottage, he took a dead snake through his bow and put it around the neck of Samik Rishi. So, and then he left. So at that time, some boys, they were watching this. So they thought that this sage, this king, put a snake in the neck of the sage, and now this Samik Rishi is died. So they came to this Shrangi, who was taking bath in the river Kaushiki. And he told to this Shrangi that, one king came and he actually put a snake on top of your father, and your father died. So the Shrangi became very angry, and this is what basically we are discussing today. These two verses where he is basically giving his arguments to support his action. Here, before making an action, what action was, he's going to curse Parikshit Maharaj to die after 7 days from the bite of a bird snake named Takshaka, very powerful, like a snake, bird snake. So he's going to curse that, but before he's going to curse, he's giving his argument why, he's justifying why he's doing that. Everyone try to defend what they are doing, So here, he's justifying, he's giving his argument that why he's punishing this king, right? So, and he's basically not even justifying his with this that he has this king Parikshit made a mistake, but rather he's very puffed up also with his position. So we'll see that like here. So here this the Shrangi is saying Krishne gate bhagavati shastrari utpata gamina. So he's saying that this as soon as Krishna left or Krishna left for the his own abode, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna left this material world and he went to his own abode like Golok Vrindavan. So this Krishna gate bhagavati shastrarya utpata gamina. So these kshatriyas, they are becoming out of control. They are becoming out of control. Means these kshatriyas, they create so many problem on this planet Earth. So if you remember, like this Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita many times, like Krishna comes. So this very famous verse Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Yada ida hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyutthana madharmasya tadatmanam sarjamyaham. And then in the next verse it says pritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma sansthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge. So whenever and wherever there is a decline in irreligious principle and a predominant decline in religious principle and a predominant rise in irreligion, Krishna incarnates and he actually protects the devotees and annihilate the miscreants to and establish the dharma or the religion. So when Krishna appeared in the beginning, so he actually appeared on the request of the Bhudevi, the earth planet, the deity of the earth planet, Brahmaji and all the demigods. They prayed to the Lord to appear because there are so many Kshatriya kings who are actually demons. Most of them are demons like Jarasandha, Kamsa, Banasur. Like there are many these demons. They took the form of a Kshatriya and they were creating so much havoc on this planet Earth. And so that's why the earth planet deity, the Bhudevi, went to the Brahmaji, and Brahmaji along with all the demigod went to the on the ocean of milk and prayed to Lord for his appearance. And Lord Krishna appeared, and we see when Lord during the time when Lord Krishna there, he killed many demons while he was in the forest of Vrindavan, starting with Putana. So many demons came, and every time Krishna destroyed all these demons one by one. And then later Krishna moved to Dwarka, and every year in Krishna moved to Mathura. For another 17 years, he was fighting with Jarasandha and his army. Like every year, Jarasandha used to come with big army, and Krishna and Balaram, they used to defeat the whole army and left Jarasandha alone. And then they killed many these demons and all. And then after that, Krishna went to Dwarka, and then from Dwarka, Krishna continuously doing this activity of annihilating miscreants. And finally, the war of Mahabharata. We see the war of Mahabharata, all the various Kshatriyas, they go all together, gathered, and they actually Krishna made one shot arrangement to finish off all these Kshatriyas in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. So we know out of battlefield of Kurukshetra, only 5 Pandavas, Lord Krishna, Ashwatthama, Kritvarma, Kripacharya, there are few people who left. All the 11 Akshani army from the Kaurava side and 7 Akshani army from Pandava, they are all destroyed in this battlefield of Kurukshetra. So the point is that the Kshatriya, when they become out of control, then Lord comes and actually destroy them. And we also see this same thing in the pastime of Lord Parshuram. So when Lord Parshuram came and then this Sastra, this Kartavij Arjuna, he was creating so many problem for the Brahmanas, and he as his sons were even they killed the father of Parshuram. So because of that, Lord Parshuram became very angry on Kshatriyas, and he actually killed 21 times he removed Kshatriyas from this planet Earth. He destroyed so many Kshatriyas, like 21 times. He actually destroyed because the Kshatriyas were getting out of control. So this was happening like that, and we see like even Lord Ram came. So Lord Ram also destroyed many demons and many other Kshatriyas who were out of control, who are basically like creating problem on the society. So saying the same argument that the Kshatriya get out of control when Lord is not here. So this Shrangi, in order to justify his action, he is giving that example that Krishne gate bhagavati shastrai utpatagamina. Means when Lord left from this material world, these Kshatriyas are getting out of control, thinking that there is nobody to control them. This is what this argument is. This, well, because Lord Krishna left, like we see like Krishna sudhamo pagate dharma jnana devisaha. So Lord Krishna left now, so he's thinking that there is nobody who is protector of Brahmana. We see in Shastra, in the Shastra, it says Namo Brahmanya Devaye Go Brahmanhitaya Cha Jagaditaye Krishnaye Govindaye Namo Namah. Lord Krishna is a protector of Brahmanas and the cows, especially. This is like a very famous verse. Like we all know that Lord Krishna like protects Brahmana, and Lord Krishna protects a cow. These are two major things that Krishna does. So like Krishna, like especially like came for protection of them. So here, like this Brahmana thinking that, well, because look like Lord Krishna left, so these big Kshatriyas are thinking that we have no protector. They think that we are helpless. We cannot protect ourselves. So that's the first point, that he's saying that, well, because the Kshatriya, especially this King Parishit, he's ignoring the fact that who King Parishit is actually. If there is an ordinary Kshatriya or some other king, then it's appropriate maybe. But here the problem is that he is thinking King Parishit as an ordinary Kshatriya. King Parishit is not an ordinary Kshatriya. He is the pure devotee of the Lord. He was himself protected by the Lord. When he was in the womb of his mother, Krishna personally protected him by entering in the womb of Uttara. We all discussed that past time. And not even that, Krishna, like this Parikshit, is a grandson of Maharaj Parikshit and Arjuna and Yudhishthira. So, and Lord Krishna personally protected Pandavas, and Lord Krishna personally protected Parikshit. So they are the best devotee of the Lord. They are the like pure devotee of the Lord. So he's not an ordinary Kshatriya, rather he was a Vaishnava, and he was a great devotee of the Lord, protected by the Lord himself. He ignored that fact, and he thinks that he's just an ordinary Kshatriya who is actually getting puffed up with his power, and he is basically ignoring the Brahmanas, who is the Devas on this planet Earth. Brahmanas are considered the gods on the Earth planet. Brahmana Dev, sometimes we call Brahman Dev, means because they are really the demigod on the Earth planet. So he's thinking that like they are thinking that because Brahmanas do not use weapons, so they can actually do anything what they want, and these are getting out of control because of their puffed up powers. But here, like we have to see that actually this Shrangi is getting puffed up. It's not the Parikshit. Parikshit got deviated from dharma for a very small bit of time, very little bit, because he was little angry and frustrated by non-responsiveness behavior of Samik Rishi. And that was plan of Krishna actually. Like if we see, when we are going to see that later, it was all plan of Krishna, because it's that Lord Krishna's special arrangement for his devotees. For the Vaishnavas, for the pure devotee of the Lord have a special arrangement for them. So that was a special arrangement, but this Shrangi became the part of that Leela. So Shrangi, like he became very puffed up with his power. He thought, well, this Kshatriya, this Parikshit is getting out of control, and I should I am the representative of the Lord. Brahmanas are the representative of the Lord here. So he's saying that I am the representative of the Lord and I am going to punish him with my power. I am going to show that how much powerful I am. That's why he's saying, Tad bhinna setun adyaham shashmi pashyatam ebala. Ab dekho meri, now you see my power. I'm going to show my power. So actually, he was showing his friends that what this Kshatriya is thinking, Parishit, I am more powerful than him. And look, I am going to show my power. So he's just trying to show the Brahm Tejas, what Prabhupada says in the purport. Brahm Tejas, because the Brahmanas used to have special powers, which is called Brahma Teja. So this Brahma Teja is basically very powerful and it's amog. Amog means once you said something, it is fulfilled all the time. So in our Shastras, we have seen that especially like when this type of things comes, the words of a chaste wife and words of a pure Brahmana, they are always like become truthful. They never go waste. Like, so the words of like we have seen many times, like if a chaste wife like curse someone or say some words, that always get fulfilled. And similarly, the pure Brahmanas, so that Brahmanical power was there before the age of Kali. So here Prabhupada says in the purport, the inexperienced Brahmana puffed up with a little Brahma Tejas. So he has a little, because he was around 7 years old, 6, 7 years. He was not very mature. He was very immature Brahmana, but he has some Tejas because of the Brahmanical culture that they were following. And he became influenced by the spell of the Kali Yuga, because Kali Yuga was already entered. We have seen in previous chapters that when Kali Yuga entered this planet Earth, then Maharaj Parishit want to punish him, but because this is the order of Lord Krishna to have Kali Yuga come, so Maharaj Parishit spare him, but he gave him 4 places. We already discussed that. And he allowed him not to spread in this society. As long as I am here, you are not going to spread. So this Kali Yuga was like looking for place. Where should I go? Where should I go? Like that. So the Kali Yuga was already there, but he was looking for his target, because Kali Yuga wanted to enter somehow. And he saw there is a little hole in this Brahmana. So that's why being influenced by the spell of Kali Yuga. So actually, this Brahmana, Shrangi, become first victim of Kali Yuga. He became the first victim of Kali Yuga, and Kali Yuga affected him. So Maharaj Parikshit gave license to Kali to live in 4 places, as mentioned herein before. But by his very expert government, the personality of Kali could hardly find the places allotted him. The personality of Kali Yuga, therefore, was seeking opportunity to establish authority, and by the grace of the Lord, he found a hole in the puffed up and inexperienced son of Brahmana. So that's what this is the opportunity for Kali Yuga to enter and show his power. So now, like this Brahmana, who's supposed to be very compassionate. See, the Brahmana's quality is one of the major quality of Brahmana is tolerance. Tolerance. If a Brahmana cannot tolerate, then there is not a Brahmana. He's not a Brahmana. The main quality of Brahmana is tolerance. There are many examples I can give, especially the previous sages like Vasishtha and so many Brahmanas. They have showed so much of tolerance. We see when there is a fight between Vasishtha and Vishwamitra. Before Vishwamitra became the sage, there was a great fight between Vishwamitra and Vasishtha. And Vasishtha showed so much tolerance, so much of tolerance. And that's a quality that makes them a good Brahmana. But here, this Brahmana, this Shrangi, is getting out of control. And it is again because of he has a little Brahma Tejas, and influence of Kali was on him. So this little Brahmana wanted to show his prowess in destruction. And he had the audacity to punish such a great king like Maharaj Parikshit. So this is what Prabhupada says, that he was showing that, oh my God, he can actually punish this great king like Maharaj Parikshit. And he wanted to take place of Lord Krishna. This is another point that Prabhupada mentioned here. In the age of Kali Yuga, this is common phenomena. As soon as somebody becomes little powerful and puffed up with their power, because of the influence of the Kali, They think that they are God. So that's why you see in the age of Kali here, nowadays, anyone who has little power, they become controller. And this controller, they want to declare themselves as a God. There are many gods, they are appearing and disappearing in Kali Yuga. They are all bogus. That's why we have to be very careful. Like we have to not accept anyone as an incarnation of God until unless it is supported by Shastra. Rather, that's why we see like in it's mentioned that one of the Lord's name is Triyuga. Triyuga means like Lord appears only in 3 ages as a Lord, as to show us that he is the Lord. Especially like we see Satyuga, Treta Yuga, and Dwapar Yuga. In the age of Kali Yuga, Lord never appears as Lord himself. Rather, he appears in a disguised form, as we see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So the incarnation of or the Yuga Avatara for the Kali Yuga is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he never claimed that he is a God. When anyone used to come to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and say that you are Vishnu, he said, don't call me Vishnu. And he used to close his ears and he used to say, like, I will jump into the Ganga and kill myself if you say like this. So he never accepted that anyone call him as God. Anyone call him, but he's God. So when God is coming and telling that no one should call him a God, but these bogus, inexperienced, other people, they think they are calling themselves and declaring themselves as God, because that's the influence of Kali. So here Prabhupada mentioned that he wanted to take place of Lord Krishna after his departure. And these are the principal signs of upstarts. So in the beginning of the Kali Yuga, this happens. This is the principal signs of upstart who want to take place of Shri Krishna under the influence of age of Kali. So, and that's why Prabhupada, like in the next few lines, Prabhupada give us a this thing in the age of Kali, what's happened. An upstart with a little power want to become an incarnation of the Lord. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Like anyone like who have like little power, little magicians, or like some kind of little siddhi, because of the yogic powers and all, they want to declare themselves as God because of the influence of Kali. So there are many false incarnation after the departure of Lord Krishna from the face of the globe. They are misleading the innocent public by accepting the spiritual obedience of general mass of people to maintain false prestige. So this is like here Prabhupada says that misleading the innocent public. In the age of Kali, like many people are not very intelligent. Not very intelligent. Because intelligence means like they cannot really understand the real purport of the scriptures. There's so much confusion in the society nowadays. There are many scriptures are there, many type of gods, many type of religion. So much confusion is there in the society right now. So much confusion is there. So this confusion is there because because in Kali Yuga people are creating their own path or their own ways of doing this spirituality or religion or whatever you say. Like, so that's why so many are popping up, and so many people are declaring themselves as God. So many declaring themselves as the right way of approaching the God and all. So people are getting confused, and that's why people are basically like don't know what is the right path. So for that's why Prabhupada says that it is our duty as a devotee, like in Krishna conscious movement, to give the right path to everyone by propagating the knowledge from Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. So this like here, they are misleading the innocent public by accepting the spiritual obedience of general mass of people to maintain false prestige. So they are all puffed up. They think that they can become the God, and they are using this innocent public to declare themselves as a God. So in other words, the personality of Kali got the opportunity to reign through this son of Brahmana Shrangi. So this is Shrangi become the first victim of this Kali Yuga, and Kali Yuga actually entered through his through his Brahmana, and that's why we see in the age of Kali Yuga, there is no purified Brahmana. There is no pure Brahmanas. So all the Brahmanical culture is destroyed because of this first victim of Kali. So in the next verse, this verse says, the son of Rishi, his eyes red hot with anger, touched the water of river Kaushika while speaking to his playmates and discharged the following thunderbolts of words. So in order to curse, this Shrangi took some water. He purified from the river Kaushiki, because he was playing in the river, and he took the water from there only, and then he chanted the mantras, and then he actually cursed like Parikshit Maharaj with that. In the purport, Prabhupada mentioned the circumstances under which Maharaj Parikshit was cursed were simply childish. Because this is like Sharangi was a small child. He did not really, he has a power, but he does not have proper intelligence where to use and how to use that power. So he misused his power, as it is appear from this verse. Sharangi was showing his impudence amongst his playmates who were innocent. And all these child, they were also really like very, they really don't know what exactly happening. They are saying this Sharangi is basically just want to show some magic like this, right? Their thing is just like a play. You know, any sane man would have prevented him from doing such great harm to all human society. So here Prabhupada mentioned that because killing a king, and especially a king like Maharaj Parikshit, was such a nice king, was taking care of all his citizens very nicely and bringing them in Krishna consciousness. Removing that type of king from this position and killing them is such a great offense. No one, like Prabhupada said, any sane man would have prevented. If Sharangi would have talked to anyone else about this, that I am going to curse him with this, what do you think? That person would have said, no, don't do that. And that's what happened. When Sharangi came back to his father and he told him that he actually cursed King Parikshit with this curse, then Samik Rishi said that you did a great mistake. How foolish you are. Why you are basically cursed like a king like Maharaj Parikshit? He was such a great person. Without king, how this kingdom will flourish and how the people will basically follow their dharma. So that's why here Prabhupada says that this like any sane man, anyone who have little bit intelligence, they will not allow this action. By killing a king like Maharaj Parikshit, just to make a show of acquired Brahmanical power, the inexperienced son of Brahmana committed a great mistake. So this is actually the mistake of Brahmana, Sharangi, not the Maharaj Parikshit. So if you see, Maharaj Parikshit also made a little mistake, which is accepted. Maharaj Parikshit actually repented while he was going back to his kingdom. He was constantly thinking that I made a great mistake. You will see later. It's going to come. The Maharaj Parikshit was always thinking like, oh, I did a great mistake. I should have not have done by this thing. My whole family will get destroyed. Everything will destroyed. These kind of things he was thinking. What this shows that when a great personality or a great devotee or anyone make a mistake, who is a good person, immediately he will get dissatisfaction in his heart. I can see like many devotees, you can see in your life, if you make a mistake, you will definitely see that you will realize that you are making a mistake, and then you start repenting for that, right? But a person who is not a devotee, who is not a pious person, he will do a mistake and then he will justify his mistake, that why he did that. He will never accept that he did a mistake, but he will say that why he did that, he justified it. But devotees, when they make a mistake by any chance, because we can make a mistake, we are not perfect person, we can make a mistake, but as soon as we make a mistake, we should accept that we made a mistake, and that is the quality of devotees. So this Maharaj Parikshit accepted that he made a mistake, but the Sharangi is not even accepting that. He's saying that he's saying that he did the right thing. So that's why Prabhupada mentioned that Brahmana committed a great mistake. This Brahmana son of a Brahmana committed a great mistake, not the Maharaj Parikshit. So, all right, let me stop here and see if anyone have any comment or any question regarding today's discussion. If you have any question, please unmute or raise your hand and we can discuss. Or if you want to share like your realization or any reflections.
Yes, devotees, if anybody has questions or realizations, please just raise your hand or unmute yourself. One thing, Prabhu, I have, for the last few verses, we have been hearing, especially yesterday, we heard about rationalizing away our mistakes That's not good. Um, when I used to hear Bhagavatam from other Bhagavad Katha reciters, one thing I have heard is that because Maharaj Parikshit had a crown made of gold on his head, that's one place Kali might have entered. We don't hear Prabhupada saying that in his purports. At least I have not heard it so far. But we hear that Parikshit Maharaj made this mistake because it was Krishna's will so that Bhagavatam could be spoken. But is there, I mean, could we also look at it that Kali entered there also?
No, so this is like generally this is a version of people who are basically like not really following Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam version doesn't say that. See, Bhagavatam, our main pramana or emperor pramana is a Bhagavatam. Our authority is a Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam doesn't say that Maharaj Parikshit was influenced by Kali. Maharaj Parikshit actually chastised Kali. So he's not influenced by Kali. So these other people who are not really reading Bhagavatam in parampara. So that's why, very important. We need to understand that this Srimad Bhagavatam has to be understood in disciplic succession.
Yeah.
Father, many places, many times he mentioned that we should try to understand Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita in a bona fide sampradaya, like in a disciplic succession. These other people, other commentators, like who are not bona fide, they have bring this theory, especially that Maharaj Parikshit was wearing a crown because Maharaj Parikshit give them a place gold to enter, so that's why he immediately enter into the gold and then he influenced the Maharaj Parikshit. But that's not correct. This is not the version of Srimad Bhagavatam. This is the version of their own brain actually. So we do not support that idea, and we do, like, Srila Prabhupada never mentioned that, and he's against these kind of things where because first of all he's a pure devotee. Maharaj Parikshit was a pure devotee, and he himself chastised the Kali. So how can Kali will over influence him? It's not possible. So that's why that's not the conclusion of Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam conclusion is Brahmana made the mistake, and that we see even Samik Rishi is going to accept that it is a mistake of the Brahmana, not the Parikshit Maharaj. Even the Samik Rishi will say that it is not a mistake of Parikshit Maharaj. Parikshit was okay. So that's why that version is not supported by the Srimad Bhagavatam. So we don't accept that argument.
Yes, I did realize the importance of hearing it in disciplic succession in parampara, because what seems like a small deviation is still it's a very big point. And the biggest point for me today is that we should listen to it only from authorized sources.
Yes, because if we think that Maharaj Parikshit got influenced by Kali, then actually we are committing a Vaishnava aparadha. Because Maharaj Parikshit, he's a pure devotee, he's a pure Vaishnava, and Vaishnavas are above even Brahmanas. Vaishnavas are directly protected by the Lord. Even in the age of Kali, Prabhupada says that, if we are chanting Hare Krishna and we are Kali really cannot enter into the devotees community also. If we are well protected by Lord, if we are basically following our devotional service nicely. So we cannot, if this is a conclusion that a Kali can affect a devotee, then the whole scenario will basically go in a wrong direction. Our philosophy will basically completely get in a different direction. So when we say this Hare Nam, Hare Nam, Hare Nam, ev kevalam kalau nasteva 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 gatiranyatha. So we say that by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamatra, the effect of Kali will not work on us. So because the Vaishnavas are protected, Vaishnavas are not affected by these influence of Kali because of our devotional service. So from that principle, we can also conclude that it's not affected on Maharaj Parikshit.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Kalpesh Prabhu, you have any question?
Please accept my humble obeisances. Thank you for your class. Uh, um, what one of the Radha Mata mentioned, I also saw that in Sri serial, and in that Sri Krishna television serial, in the beginning, they mentioned that there are several references where they are taking this information from. And Srila Prabhupada is also one of the reference in that TV serial. When I saw that serial, so that's one. And second thing, what makes me question is you mentioned that it was Brahmana's fault. Then at the same time, we are saying Parikshit Maharaj is a pure devotee. And if he was a pure devotee, what made him to do put that snake on this way? Is that a behavior of a pure devotee who would put a snake on some? As a Vaishnava, we see that highest principle. So how can we really understanding? And in that serial also, they started entering into that. Then it was asking where Kali needs to. This is which was said, but that was not sufficient when Kali was. Then the final destination was okay. You can be in the gold. That is how the serial. This is makes time we have the questions like why that behavior. In that also the Samik Rishi gave the curse, and then his father realized that somebody immaturely like a Vardhan, otherwise he may justification in the serial. They're saying.
Sure.
So, but I'm not fully sure. Like I'm mixed with.
Yeah.
And I completely agree that when we hear from Bono in the Guru Parampara, then there is a transparency because it's a dissension to that Guru, right? And our philosophy is but yeah, sometimes we do have that question. Devotee is there, and if it was not an arrangement from Krishna, I sometimes I don't know which rule is applies where. We are trying to understand our position with respect every time. That is where the Shastra is written to see if we were in that position, how would we should do it, and that is what behavior Vaishnava. So that's my limited way of looking at this. But please correct me.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, first of all, Bruce, yeah, like your voice was breaking, but whatever I understood, I'll explain. First of all, like TV serial is not our authority. So we like what TV serial shows, we do not actually take that as that's an authority because they are not any parampara, they are not following any rules and regulation. They are not they are just to make money. So even though they might be putting Prabhupada's names, like I do not agree that they are really understood what Prabhupada said. So if they are using, they should not use it and to show this kind of thing. But what I understood is they might have used Prabhupada's books to get some reference, but not the whole serial is not based on what Prabhupada said and what is there in the Bhagavatam. So first of all, I do not take them as authority, and I cannot comment on why they are doing that. But I would say that that's not a topic that we can discuss in Srimad Bhagavatam because that's a mundane work. They are doing for money, and we are not here just to basically make money or make some commercial advertisement. On the other side, like this argument that Maharaj Parikshit gave the 5th place gold, and that's why like this thing entered. As I say, it's not supported by Srimad Bhagavatam. So it's again where we are going to keep our authority, and even if they are giving references. Shrimad Bhagavatam is the topmost reference. When it's come, like, first of all, I have not seen in any other scripture where it's mentioned actually. But even if people say that this is mentioned in some scriptures, but that scripture cannot supersede Srimad Bhagavatam. When anything comes in Srimad Bhagavatam, we took Srimad Bhagavatam as an authority. So, and the third point is that like when it's come to pure devotees, like see this Shrangi, like Brahmana, and when it's come to like Paraj Parikshit, Krishna always favors pure devotees. And Krishna, like when a person become a devotee, Krishna takes charge of his actions. Krishna takes charge of his actions. So I give you another reference. Like in Srimad Bhagavatam, there is a pastime when 4 Kumaras, they were basically visiting Vaikuntha. So in Vaikuntha, when they were going, so these Jaya and Vijaya, they stopped Brahmana to enter into the Vaikuntha. There are many reasons why they stopped actually, but whatever the reason were there, these Brahmanas, they become very puffed up with their power there also, and they were saying, "Why are you stopping us?" And rather they were blaming like these Jay and Vijay. So I'm not going into detail. Like this is a very beautiful pastime. There are many arguments here and there. Our acharyas revealed this pastime very nicely. But later what happened is when Krishna came from outside, when Lord Vishnu come out from Vaikuntha outside at the gate, he actually supported Jay and Vijay, not Brahmana. He said that Jay and Vijay are my servants. So if their mistake is my mistake. So he was asking forgiveness from Brahmanas. So if it's a Brahmana and Vaishnava, Lord Vishnu always favor Vaishnavas because they are very dear. Even Krishna says that my dear devotees are more dear to me than Lord Balram, Lakshmi Devi, Lord Brahma, all, even Lord Shiva. So he is always in favor of his devotees. And Maharaj Parikshit's action, we might see, if we see from mundane perspective, if we see from our brain, we might see that there's a mistake from Maharaj Parikshit is not according to Vaishnava behavior. So then there are many other instances like the activity in the Pandava's life or some other place. These small things here and there, we cannot consider that as a mistake in a routine way. First of all, like this small mistake what Parikshit Maharaj did, it is explained by our Acharya that mistake was really a will of Lord, because see, when you do a mistake, I'll give example. When you do a mistake, so what is the result of that mistake? If the result of that mistake is increase in your bhakti, then that mistake is the will of the Lord. But if you do a mistake and because of that mistake you fall down, rather than increasing in bhakti, you are going down, then that is because of your karma. That is your behavior. Suppose if a devotee make a mistake, or devotee does something, and because of that, his bhakti increases more. Even though it's a mistake, but because his end result is increasing in bhakti devotion for Krishna, so it is considered as the we can say this is basically happening for the good. But if you do a mistake or do something which basically degrade you or going down there, or not making you progress in spiritual life, then that is because of your karma. That is because of your bad behavior. But because of Maharaj Parikshit, when he did that mistake, and as a result of that mistake, he accepted the mistake, he accepted the curse. And after that, he increased his bhakti a lot. And we see that he heard Srimad Bhagavatam, went back home, back to Godhead. So it is good. when and is good, everything is good, right? So that's why like Bhagavatam talks on conclusion. Like the essence of this whole pastime is that it was not the real fault of Maharaj Parikshit. We are not saying that it was not at all fault for Maharaj Parikshit. Maharaj Parikshit did mistake and he accepted the mistake, and he took the reaction of that. But like on Shrangi's side, he took the decision without even considering what is right, what is wrong. Is immaturity. That's why, like we are saying, he got influenced by Kali because of his puffed up power, the way he spoke. He misused his Brahmanical power actually. So that's why that's the conclusion is that he actually got influenced by the Kali, not the Maharaj Parishad. So that's our understanding from Srimad Bhagavatam. But again, like TV serials and all, like they can show whatever they want because they want to put some spices to make their serials very lucrative so that people can actually do it. So I would rather like refrain from quoting them, like when we are basically presenting our Vaishnava philosophy. They are good for the people who are basically like not following this Srimad Bhagavatam in a parampara way. So I think we should not refer those. Rather, we should basically stick to what Srimad Bhagavatam says, because this is the age of Kali Yuga, as I say. There are so many theories, so many things will go around, and we have to protect ourselves through this Guru Parampara only. That's what I can say, Prabhu. Thank you. Anyone else have any other comment or question? Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Prabhu. Actually, I was just thinking as you were saying, that is a very good way to check ourselves if it is increasing our bhakti, and we learn from our mistakes, then that is a good way. And Mother Narayani was saying it, and yesterday I was talking to somebody at the temple. They were remembering how Prabhupada also, this is a mistake that they made, but sometimes when something bad happens to us, not because of something we did, but something bad happens, and good comes out of it, then that also is, we can look at that also in the same way. If something bad has happened and something unfortunate has happened, instead of saying, oh my goodness, something bad has happened to me, you can see that if it is taking us to a better place, making us make better choices, then so I was just remembering how Mother Narayani was talking about, when she was really, really down, all that had led her in the right direction, took her to Vrindavan, she wrote books and went forward that way. So very important that we listen from the right sources.
Yeah, we can see in the life of Srila Prabhupada also, we went through so many problems.
Yes.
He left his home. Somebody would have said that, like, his business was disturbed by stealing, and so many other things happened. His typewriter got stolen. So many problems he gone through. But ultimate point is that like a devotee should have always be stay on their mission, like what they have to do. So then everything will be good.
Yes, and that's how he saw it. So that's why we call him our Acharya.
Yes.
By example. Thank you very much, Prabhu.
Thank you. All right. So thank you very much. So we can end our call. Hare Krishna, everyone. Thank you for joining again. Vancha kalpatarubhascha kripa sindhuvescha patita na pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo
Namo Namah. Hare
Thank you
Krishna.
so much, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.